Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
Be our guest, we our guest, be our guest.
You got a friend in me.
He's a tramp, but we love him. Can you feel the love tonight? I'll chase them anywhere into the unknown.
Everybody.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Mackenzie. You guys know the drill by now. This is week 4 Dancing with the Stars Disney night. I'm so excited. We are celebrating 100 years of Disney. What other best way? Can you think of a better way to do so than celebrate in the ballroom? I am so excited for all tonight's dances and to talk about everything. So let's get running into the video with the opening number. The intro to the whole show was so special, so magical, so fun and exciting. I love the way they set up Dancing with the Stars. It's so cool. Of course they can do such cool things. You know, they're on, I think they're by the Universal lot, or they're in Universal, something like that. They have the tools in Hollywood to make it such a cool thing, at least to watch on TV. And to be a dancer on Dancing with the Stars would be so cool, because just the life they get to live is so cool. But anyway, I know I said last week that was the best opening number yet, but I kind of feel like this was the best opening number yet. I just loved how they tied in the whole intro into, you know, the car, into the ballroom, and they got out and they did a whole routine, and it felt more of a musical and like intricate and just really cool, and like I said, magical and special and perfect to start off Disney night. Also, I loved how Julianne and Alfonso had their own part in the dance. They are such good hosts together. They just work so well together, and it's so good, and it makes for just great television. Just the whole vibes of this season are perfect. So I love that. Let's start with the first couple, and that is Mauricio and Emma. So they did a passe doble to the Sorceress Apprentice. So he was dressed as a form of Mickey Mouse, and you know, he has the hats and all the things, and it was great. It was definitely his best dance yet. He's totally coming out of his shell. Like I said, I love watching people's dance journey progress. It's so fun to watch, and I love it so much. Passe doble is one of my favorite dances. I just feel like the moves are so intense, and you really have to hit them, and it's like this whole new ball game of dancing. So I love that. I feel like he came out with the attack. Derek said it was fantastic. Bruno said he did amazing. He just has to work on extending through the movements. Carrie-Anne said it was amazing as well, and it just got better and better as he danced. So that is so exciting, because you know, at the beginning you didn't get the best compliments ever, but this week he totally redeemed himself. And the scores are still a little bit low, but I think the judges know he just has a longer way to go, but he is getting better. But he got a 19 out of 30. He got 1 7 from Carrie-Anne and 2 6s from Derek and Bruno. Next couple is Mira Sorvino and Gleb. They did a waltz to Cinderella's A Dream is a Wish, and I love this song. This is one of my favorite songs. I love Cinderella. Cinderella is definitely probably my favorite princess. I just love the whole tale of Cinderella, and I know it's kind of like I feel like Cinderella was one of the first, was she the first princess? I feel like she was. So it's just a classic, it's timeless. And I love Cinderella, and she looked like Cinderella. She looked beautiful. You could tell so much more in her element with this dance. It was so great. Carrie-Anne said she gave Queen tonight, and she just looked free and so excited to be there. Derek said it was clean, classic, carefree, and the style of dance fit her very well. I felt like she was so graceful and just really came into her own in this dance. She got a 21 out of 30, which is all 7s. Next couple is Barry and Peta. So they did a jazz to Ladies in the Tramp. Lady in the Tramp. Hello? They started with Barry in the middle of two women who are supposed to be, you know, the other dogs in the scenario. He's eating the spaghetti with them. Peta comes out, she's mad, they're angry, and then they dance the rest of the dance through.
And we love him. Oh.
So I will say I was so excited because Barry usually comes out and he delivers and he gives so much to the dance. So he definitely was very hesitant at this dance. It was actually, you kind of were holding your breath because it just seems like he didn't almost know his steps or know what was coming up next. He really had to watch Peta. And there was even a moment where he was going to flip her for a cartwheel and she barely made it. She really was gonna just crash on the ground. But I want to point out though that even through all of that and everything, he never acted like there was any mistakes. He pulled through everything. He continued everything. He was such a star through it all. Like, he didn't even bat an eye. He was like, no, I'm gonna keep dancing and I'm not even gonna act like I almost just dropped Peta on her eyeball. I'm not gonna act like I almost just did that. Carrie-Anne said that she noticed some mistakes, but he just carries himself so cool and classic that it almost didn't matter, even though it does matter, but you know what I mean. Derek said it was so charming even with the mistakes. Bruno said you covered the mistakes well, and he got an 18 out of 30, all sixes. Next couple is Jason and Daniela. They did a foxtrot to a whole new world from Aladdin. Love Aladdin. Actually, I'm gonna tell my deepest and darkest secret right now. I've never seen Aladdin.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
I know. I'll go. I'll be done. I don't even think I'm qualified to do these reviews anymore. Bye, guys.
With new horizons to pursue.
So my opinion was it was beautiful. I really never have any doubts about what Jason's going to be able to do because he's just so good. I will say I don't feel like he was as comfortable in this dance as he has been in every week following, just because, or every week prior. He feels the music and I feel like this just wasn't really his element. It didn't really suit his strong suits. Like, it just, I don't know, it didn't really fit him. It was still so beautiful because he's still good. But Derek said a whole new Jason, beautiful, but just work on softening the feet. Bruno said so much poise. Carrie-Anne said moments she could tell he wasn't as comfortable as he's been, but it was still a dream to watch, which is what I felt from the beginning. I was just like, you know what, this probably, I feel like, isn't the best dance they've done so far. It's probably the worst dance they've done so far. With that being said, they still got a 24 out of 30, which is all 8s, just because Jason is good. So I feel like his scoring and I feel like his stakes are a little bit higher just because he has been on top of the leaderboard and he has proven that he is a good dancer. So they give him higher scores because they know that he deserves them. The next couple is Leah and Brandon. They did a rumba to Can You Feel the Love Tonight from Lion King, which Lion King is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time.
The king I see inside.
One of the best dance on the night so far. We'll get there, but because it's tied, I feel like Ariana's dance was so good. But such a good dance. Like, she totally redeemed herself. I feel like we saw a different side of her. Bruno said it was sensual and sophisticated, but to work on her legs. Carrie-Anne said she loves how she's working on applying the corrections and that she looks like a true princess. And she got a 22 out of 30, 2 7s and 1 8 from Bruno. Next couple is Allison Hannigan and Sasha, and they did a jazz number to Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast.
Be our guest, we our guest, be our guest.
I feel like this really fits who Allison is. She's goofy, she's funny, she's a comedian, and she played a candelabra and she did it great. Like, no one else could nail it like her. Like, it was an awkward thing to play, but she just did it well, and it was fun. It was so fun at the beginning. They started at the Beauty and the Beast table, and she goes through the motions, and then they start the dance, and it was just really good. Carrie-Anne said she's animated, but she loses a little bit of that musicality through that just because she gets really animated, which is good if you can contain yourself and your like technique stays on top and everything else is polished. Sometimes that goes out the window. Derek said she makes up for the mistakes by her personality. Bruno said just working on musicality, she got an 18 out of 30 for all 6s. Next couple is Harry and Riley. They did a quick step to You Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story. I knew this was happening because I kind of saw a couple of the couples dances they were going to be doing and where the movies were from and everything like that. He actually dedicated his dance to a friend who had passed away from suicide a few years back. Such a fun dance to watch. It's like I said, it's so fun to watch people start to come in their own and be a good dancer. Like, you know, he's not a pro by any means. He's not. But he's coming out here and he's giving it his all and he's doing good. Like, he really is. You can tell he puts so much effort and thought into what he's doing now. Their costumes were so good. David Dobrik was in the audience. Derek said you have so much confidence now. Bruno said the movements look more natural and he's so much more relaxed and he's comfortable and he's on his way. Carrie said that he is the true magic of what Disney is. Like, he's so much better than he was week one. Tiny missteps, but amazing. He got his first 7s for a 21 out of 30. He got all 7s. Next couple is Sochi and Val. They did a passe doble to Amor Amor, which I think is from the movie. It's either Coco or Encanto. I don't know which one, and maybe it's not even from both. So I might even be wrong altogether. But you know what I'm saying. I feel like it was a 10 worthy. I just don't know if they're there yet with the 10s because they did not get a 10, but I truly feel like it was 10 worthy. It was so, so good. She's a clear front runner. Bruno said inhabited a character and it was so great and she never lost tempo or beat or poise or anything. It was just the same throughout. It was so good. Carrie said it was unbelievable. She has a unique way of doing things that separates her from everyone else. Derek said he can't wait to continue to watch her through the rest of the season. She has a 27 out of 30, which is all 9s, and that is the highest score of the season so far and the highest score of the night. Next couple is Adrien and Britt, and they did a Vietnamese waltz to Baby Mine from Dumbo. This was very good. I felt like he was so much more graceful, so much more soft with it. I feel like every week I say how he lacks grace and he's kind of heavy footing. He totally changed that around this week and it really, really was good. He's definitely proving himself. He got a lot of compliments from the judges about grace and how he's worked, and he's got his wings to fly now is what they said, and he got a 21 out of 30, all 7s. Next couple is Ariana and Pasha. They did a contemporary dance to Into the Unknown from Frozen, which is so fun. Contemporary dance is probably my favorite. Passe doble and contemporary are my favorites, but I think I would say contemporary is my number one of all, just because you can add more of your own flair. It's not as strict. It's a little bit more of a freestylish dance, and it always brings out a lot of emotion to the dance, and it was just really, really good. I got the first chills of the season. I felt like this was so good, so good. It exceeded what I even felt like Ariana could do.
Had my adventure, I don't something new.
Derek said fantastic, and she works the camera perfectly. Like, her whole animation of Elsa and the snow and the Frozen and everything was just so good. Bruno said he doesn't believe she's never danced contemporary before. Carrie said she brought the story to life, but she did want her to almost give just a little bit more, which surprised me because I got chills the entire time. I felt like she did so, so good. But she got a 25 out of 30. She got 2 8s from Carrie and Bruno and 1 9 from Derek. Our last and final couple is Charity and Artem. They did a waltz to Part of Your World by Little Mermaid. And I was so excited. Charity got this. I feel like she's perfect for this. I just feel like she's perfect at everything she does. And she did. She came out and nailed it. She looked great, beautiful, flawless, and just really, really happy for her. Judges had all good things to say. They said it was magnificent, amazing, gorgeous. It was a beautiful way to end the show. And she got a 24 out of 30, which is all 8s. Moving on to the end of the show, which is bottom 2, actually referred to as bottom 3. I think going forward, they have just been landing on the last 3 couples that are there, and they're not necessarily, that third one is not necessarily the bottom 3, if that makes sense. There's one couple that wouldn't be in the bottom 2 necessarily, but they just end on the 3 now. But our final 3 in the night, once everyone else is saved, happens to be Adrien Peterson and Britt, Barry and Peta, and Lele Pons and Brandon, which I was really surprised about Lele, but if I had to guess, I would assume Lele was probably the ones who just didn't get called yet. I feel like if it was bottom 2, they would have been called. But we have our 3 couples here, like I said, and the ones to go home tonight were Adrien Peterson and Britt. Sad to say, it's always hard to see couples leave. It's hard to watch their dance journeys end. But like I say, one step closer to the mirror ball and to whatever couple wins it all. So that's exciting. I look forward to it. Disney 100 night lived up to his expectation. It was so good. And I'm excited to see what the couples do next week and everything going forward. It's just gonna be so much fun. Alright guys, that was the end of Dance with the Stars week 4 Disney night. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more content. Today's subscriber shout out goes to Andrew Phillips. You are, I think, a new subscriber. You've been commenting on my Dance with the Stars videos. So hey, how are you? Thank you so much for subscribing and sticking around and commenting on my videos. It means so much to me. I will see you guys on next week's Dance with the Stars episode. Bye guys.
There's always gonna be another.